I'm so excited to tell you about our partner, Isomers Skincare Laboratories. You guys, rooted in science and integrity, in the best ingredients and best delivery systems. Unlike any other skincare on the market, for over 30 years, they've been giving you the real science. So this isn't trend. This isn't the hot ingredient of the day on TikTok. This is 30 years of solving your skincare problems. So we're partnering with them today. Happy 20, HAPPY20 gets you 20% off your order. You have free shipping and handling at $100 or more, and they have a solution for every problem. Mature, aging skin, they've got you covered. Sinking, sagging skin, they've got you covered. You can take a really easy test on isomers.ca. And it will tell you, it will recommend exactly what you need for your skincare needs. Or you can go in there and find some of their icons, like the Copper P serum. They've got an amazing pure hyaluronic acid, nothing but hyaluronic acid. Their Fast Lift Eye Serum is an industry icon. That's all available at their website. You go to isomers.ca. You use the code HAPPY20. Please use that so they know that we sent you. You get 20% off your order. You'll get free shipping and handling at $100 or more. And if you don't know where to start, take that quiz. It will tell you exactly what to do. Happy 20 at isomers.ca. Welcome into So Happy You're Here podcast. We are literally so happy you're here. And
Always.
I'm so happy you're here, honey.
Me too, you. It's good to see you.
If nobody's told you today, you look good. You look fabulous. Your buns look good. Your hair looks great. That outfit. Mwah.
An SMRT.
What's
are you?
that?
Smart. You are smart.
What is that acronym? I've never heard of that. Still haven't.
I do that with little kids sometimes, when people, there's like a beautiful little girl with gorgeous hair, and everyone's like, oh, you're so pretty. And I'm like, and you are clever. You are like, sometimes I'll go the other way. Super smart.
Don't forget you're smart too.
That's right.
Well, if we haven't met you before, Becky always giggles that I reintroduce myself, but you never know.
New friends all the time, actually. We are growing.
Do you know, I just looked, we have been listened to in, I think, like 20 different countries.
Mrs. Worldwide.
Is that crazy?
That's awesome.
I'm like, what? We don't know people across the pond.
Well, except for Jess Manuel.
Jess Manuel.
We can tell exactly when
we know every time Jess listens because we get that little click from New Zealand. But gosh, like 20 different countries.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So thank you everybody who is listening. And if you are new here, I'm Erin. This is Becky. We worked in home shopping for over 10 years. And the further I get away from that career, the more I realize like what a treat, what a ride. What a bizarre way to work.
And it's weird. It feels like another lifetime because now we're really immersed in the pod.
Yeah.
You're doing more stuff around the house. We're kind of moving in a different direction. So you look back now and you're like,
what a fun time. Not to say that we still don't want to work in that industry.
Absolutely.
But, we're based in Minneapolis and that company is completely shut down. And anyway, even before they shut down, Becky and I thought, listen, we have too much fun shopping and chatting with all the ladies on home shopping. Let's take it to the pod.
Keep it coming.
That's why, we have the podcast since November and it's going so good. Thank you guys so much for all of your support.
You have been amazing.
So most of us met talking about fashion and, we've had so many guests on. Becky and I wanted to get together and just have a chat with the OGs, with everybody here, just all of us.
A little regroup.
And we got to get back to fashion as always. And I got to tell you something, guys.
Lady, I'm looking right at you.
Oh, wait. I got myself a new denim set. It's a dupe of a really expensive designer that I had my eye on.
What would it have been? Let's just say.
Well, I had seen a few different options because I really love a denim on denim moment. If you're just listening to this, I'm wearing an oversized like denim jacket with really oversized wide leg denim pants.
With cutie stitching.
Well, and, a lot of designers are doing the denim on denim, the oversized, wide leg. And they're looking at $250, $300 a piece. And I'm thinking, no, we're not.
You don't know if you'll have it forever.
Well, I probably will the way I go. Actually, I will. I don't know if I'll wear it forever.
We already know the answer to that.
I don't know if I'll wear it forever, but I'll definitely keep it forever.
That's right.
So anyway, I found this set at Zara and I love it. I didn't totally style it out for the pod, but it is on social media. So I styled it out. But anyway, we have to get back to fashion because that's where we all began.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, there was a few people who sent notes saying, listen, I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s. I want to be hip and trendy. I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard to be young.
Right.
I've got to tell you guys something. We are in the easiest spot of fashion right now where you just do sets. Sets galore.
Yeah.
A lot of retailers are selling the set together as in the top and the bottom. a lot of people are producing sets where you can shop separately for
I
the top
prefer
and the
that.
bottom because some people are different sizes. Like Becky's a double extra small on top and then a triple extra small below. So you get into sets and it couldn't be easier.
And it looks so polished, and you see it everywhere. You see it, like I was just watching Love Hotel. Ashley Darby had it on, had a cute little short set on.
Those
You can
ladies on
do-
Love Hotel, like just
You
a quick
guys,
sidebar.
The program.
You know what I pray? I pray that we all have the confidence of Luann de Lesseps.
Yes.
Girls, if you haven't seen Love Hotel, if you've never watched The Real Housewives of New York City in the original form, I want you to get your eyes on Luann de Lesseps. There has never been a woman
Countess.
who has walked the earth with more confidence.
You know what we should do, Erin? We're going to create a little sampler. You know how you needlepoint, like, in our house, I'm going to do this. I wish you the confidence of the Countess.
I do too.
I wish you the.
I do too. You know, like in church every Sunday, we used to have like a prayer and a repeat. Like, we pray.
Lord, hear our prayer.
We pray for the health and wellness of Father Manion, and then we all say, "Lord, hear our prayer." Like from here on out, we're going to end.
May
pray.
you embody the Countess. She knows no self-doubt.
None.
Apparently.
None.
She rips through these dudes too. I mean, you know what's interesting? Her confidence is she exudes it. Every man, whether they are of an age appropriate, whether they were there for her or not, they are now.
Well, yes.
Just being in her presence.
Well, and then beyond Love Hotel, have you watched her on tour just rip those bongos? Ripping through men and ripping through bongos? I mean, you guys, she is playing the
Sheila E. Who?
She is, and she is singing, I mean, diva songs.
Off key.
Off
Frequently.
key. And listen, nobody knows an off key song quite like I. But I just don't get on stage and ask people for money. I do it for free in my home. It is
the two of them. Sonia doing the cabralesque years ago when she would do that spoken word thing.
I wish you nothing but the confidence of Luann de Lesseps.
That if you hear nothing in
with
this
a man,
podcast.
with a bongo, with a microphone, just yes. So anyway, let's just end every episode from here on out. We wish you.
It'll be a benediction. It will
Yes.
be, go forth, may the rose rise up to meet you.
Luann acts in such confidence that I feel like I could go ask her, like, hey, Luann, do you know the cure for cancer? And she's like, yes, darling.
Yes.
Of course.
As long
I
as you
do."
throw it, darling.
Yes, darling. I could literally ask her, like, what is the right temperature to, for a fish?
Baking a chicken.
Exactly. She would. Well, she probably would know that, actually. Those are things that would be far outside my...
Some people
Yes.
cook regularly.
I bet she does cook. Anyway.
Did everybody hear the Rancid Taco episode?
Isn't that upsetting? My husband is still a little nervous around me. I think he thought I was trying to off him.
Is he checking expiration dates on everything
He
now?
is double checking everything. He's looking to see if I'm dropping anything in his morning smoothie. He's double checking all the food put out.
You know how Kings used to have like a taster to make sure
Yes.
that no one was trying to off them?
Yes.
Maybe.
I think he's like, you bite it first, Erin. You see.
She's switching coffee cups.
So listen, back to the set dressing. Ashley Darby
She
had a
was
cute one on.
So cute. And here's the thing. If you don't know what you're doing, it looks like you know what you're doing.
Well, that's the thing. And it's done for you.
Yeah.
Because, we talked about this all the time. Getting dressed should be the easiest part of your day. And listen, I fall victim to it as well, even though I love fashion as our most personal form of art. But I feel like people get up every morning and it's a struggle to get dressed because,
Well, wait, why is it though?
well, that doesn't feel good on my body
Yeah.
anymore. Oh, that didn't wash well. It doesn't look good anymore. It doesn't fit my backside anymore. You know what? Now the temperature's off and I'm not quite sure. That's why layers are important. I think we all buy with good intention thinking that's going to be something I love to wear.
Yeah.
But either, the quality, the feel, the fit gets really difficult, or even the styling of it can get.
How you wear it.
Well, yeah, like maybe you have your favorite pair of jeans, but again, they feel a little dated. And now you're like, I want to put them on, but they date me back 6-7 years, like pre-pandemic, like the taco shell from last week. You don't
So
want to
if
be the
you're-
taco shell.
If your jeans are 2018,
That's right. Like maybe you're still wearing it, but you have to style them differently. And now
Yeah.
you don't have the right belt or you don't have the right shoe. So listen, we all fall victim to that. And in fact, I'm going through a massive moment of it. But I would just advise all of you, if you are investing in new clothes right now, whether they're, super affordable or super expensive, Sets are so big. They're good for every age. 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They're so easy because you typically don't have to style them.
But isn't that funny? Because I remember coming to the network and we had a stylist and he was like, oh, you're so matchy. Like, isn't it funny how the trends kind of come and go?
Yes.
So you wanted to have this sort of artistic thrown together mismatch or, you know, like print mixing or something like that. And now the story really is, it should look intentional. It should look head to toe. You know what I did too? I have 2 boxes in my closet. One is a tote for things that I like, but they either don't fit, they don't feel quite right. Like my skinny jeans are in there.
Okay.
They're not gone. Okay. They're just away.
Sure. They're taking a nap.
Then there's a bag that's like, you're dead to me.
Oh.
Bad repair, missing a button, I'm not going to sew it on. You know, like pilly.
Do you have anything a few sizes too small that you're giving up on?
So many things. You know how
I'm not saying that you've gained weight, but that's mine. I'm holding out hope that I get back into the pre-pregnancy jeans.
Girl, can we talk about this?
What?
The body dysmorphia. Reverse body dysmorphia.
Okay, go. What is it?
You guys. Okay. So I have, it's not about weight. It's not about the number, but as I have evolved, you can do the math at home. I have put on a pound for every year since a certain year. I won't say it. I'm not going to get, I don't want to offend anybody. In my mind though, I'm still in my high school weight.
Oh gosh,
in my mind, if Father Phil, that we're married 30 years this July, if he said, let's do that fun thing where you put on your wedding dress, I would be like, do you want to die? Do you want me to? I mean, there's no way I could get it even zipped.
But probably. You feel like you could?
Totally.
Yeah.
In my mind. But then I told Aaron, I got an audition request the other day. So remember, in my mind, I'm like 22, I'm at that weight, and this audition request was for diabetes.
Auditions will really let you know where you rate in society.
Looking for a full-figured, active, pre-diabetic.
That's where Becky. That's where we've landed, you guys.
But you guys, I'm going to be
no offense to anybody with diabetes.
No, but I'm going to be 55. I am heavier, but I was like, in my mind,
she means
I'm like,
heavier than she once was.
Yes.
Not a heavier person.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just so funny when you get that request. You're like, is this for my grandmother? Who is this for?
Because there are people out there who always see themselves older, more out of shape than they are. I think
opposite.
The two of us, I truly am like, I'm still 22. No.
Yeah.
Why can't I wear those short shorts? And then I get a picture back and I'm like, oh.
That's why.
Whoopsie. But hey, again, the confidence.
I'm not going to let a photo
We prayed for the confidence of Luann de Lesseps.
We have it.
Who are we to say she's the one with too much confidence? I remember when I would audition a lot for commercials, because a lot of us who are in this industry also did commercial acting and what have you.
Yeah.
I remember I would always get auditions for the regular mom, and it would literally say in the description, the audition description, like, not a supermodel, not super pretty, just regular, relatable. I'm like, and in my mind, I thought like I was back at 22 years old, professional cheerleader,
yes,
with a 6-pack. I never really had that, but at least a flat pack, a flat pack,
a flat full.
Yes. And I'm like,
this must not be for me.
How'd they send this to me? A relatable regular mom, not me. But then you got to take a hard look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I am the relatable regular mom.
But like, even in my mind, I feel like I'm taller than I am.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. All of it. I really think I see myself.
Yeah. And again, you get what you pray for, because we prayed for the confidence of Luann de Lesseps, and here we are. Your agency is telling you you're pre-diabetic. And you're telling me.
And actually, I should go test my A1C. You guys, this is a call for your health and wellness. You know what? I have friends that aren't even pre-diabetic and they're wearing those monitors.
Why?
Just to test their blood sugar, just to see.
See, I'm one of those people who is just afraid of the answer, so I just avoid it.
That's what I do too.
Just like I won't test for a food allergy. Heck no, I don't want to know that I can't eat something.
What if they said you couldn't have, like, what would kill you if they said you can't have bread or you can't have...
I mean, if they said you can't have gluten, I would die. I love carbs and bread. Do you know what I learned?
What? If you have a stale hunk of bread, or like even out of the freezer, you put it under the sink.
Okay.
You get it a little bit, not soaky, but you get it wet. Wrap it in foil, put it back in the oven, like you're baking it. and it comes back crisp on the outside, yummy and toasty.
Have you actually tried this, Becky?
We just did it the other day.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Was there mold on the bread?
No.
Okay.
It was just like when it starts to get like, oh, this is too crusty, we can't do anything with it. No, you can revive it.
I'm going to keep that in my back pocket for when the kids are out of the house. But at this stage in the game, I can't keep any food in stock.
Honestly.
We would never get to a stale point of view. No, my gosh.
They're just ripping through.
It is. I mean, some like veggies might spoil or like something that they don't love. But no, nothing goes bad in the Newberg household currently. But I'll put that in my back pocket for when it's just John and I and see what happens.
See, we're at the age where olives, a hunk of cheese, and a hunk of bread and wine is dinner.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that can still be my dinner sometimes. That's right. But they'll still finish it off for me. Everything but the wine. Okay, so back to the closet. Are you getting rid of clothes?
Yes. Oh, so this process, by doing this, if I put something on, it doesn't fit, it makes me mad, it goes in the bag. If it's something that's like, oh, I'm not sure, it goes in the box.
Okay.
And I'm just slowly but surely, I'm sorting things by, and I sent this to you too. If you find a cute outfit, keep it as an outfit. If that worked, just move it to the front.
Right.
It helps you get
if there's
dressed.
like a sweater you love to wear, but it really just looks best with a certain pair of pants.
One pant.
Then hang those together in the closet.
Yep.
And then you'll wear them.
That's your little buddy.
Now, here's the problem. As I've told you in former or previous podcasts, like I literally want to be laying in my casket and I want you to put like my size 23 jeans over my body. And in the obituary says, she once wore these. Like I'll never get my hips back in there. Like never.
We're just going to plant a flagpole and just hang them.
Yes. Let them fly at half mast, please. Yes. I'm dead.
Perpetual half mast.
Half mast. So I have a hard time getting rid of things.
You do.
I really have a hard time getting rid of things. And here's the thing. So we've talked about this before, but now I'm going to publicly shame myself so that I really move forward.
See, this is how she does it.
Yes. I have to put myself on blast.
Yeah.
Okay. And God give me the strength of Luann de Lesseps to do this. By the way, we've met Luann de Lesseps. She's a lovely woman.
She's fantastic.
Anyway, so I have a really hard time getting rid of clothes. Like you have told me, you feel like I've personified every outfit.
The problem is it's that she has married them. Like by buying them, they have now entered into a lifelong relationship.
Yeah, like I am in a polygamous relationship with all of my outfits.
So you just can't imagine not being in relationship with those pieces.
I want them, and even if I don't wear them again, I want them forever.
Yeah.
So the problem is, and this is where we're far enough away now from the ending of our careers at the network, where I have to start taking action, is I have an amazing closet full of amazing clothes that I wore on television.
Yes.
So we've explained before, sometimes there'd be like a beauty day event and they'd say the color scheme is going to be light pinks to hot pinks. And it's July. So now I have these great pink mini dresses that were perfect for television. But when am I really going to wear those again?
Like, is it date night appropriate or is it too much for that?
I think it's we live in Minneapolis. I mean, I would probably wear it out if I went to Miami or Vegas. But again, my body has changed. It's changed. Even if I stay.
Do they fit dudes in here?
A lot. Oh, is it too hot? Should I get a fan?
She's glowing.
I'm not hot at all. I'm in a full pantsuit. In full denim.
Really ready.
I'm sorry. Call Kathy Norton. Hurry, get your patch on.
Jennifer Letterman. You know what I'm talking about.
It happens to the best of us. Do you want some still water?
No, I'll have my coffee.
Yeah,
I'll
just
really
hit it.
double down on a hot beverage.
So, I mean, listen, as she has her personal summer, just don't worry about the drips of sweat. Those aren't tears, it's sweat. She's having fun. She's having fun.
Okay, so there you are with these beautiful. So does everything fit though?
Most of it fits. It doesn't all look the same. Like my waist and hips are in different places than they used to be. I don't understand what's happening. I think it's gravity, whatever.
But do you think you'll wear them again?
Well, there's a lot of pieces I dream of wearing again. Mm-hmm. But there's some pieces that I just don't want to let go of. So I had this idea where I want to literally pull out, like start in I have the oldest of archives. I have a dress that I bought. It had to have been I'm not kidding, 2002.
Okay, but she's going to tell you she knows the story around it. What store, the amount.
So the year is 2002. It might have been 2001.
The seas were angry,
no,
my friend.
No, it was 2002. I was in Las Vegas with my ex-boyfriend.
You really know the story.
Because it was one of the very first designer pieces I had ever bought.
Yeah.
He was there. He was young, but his his family owned this company and they were out for like a conference, if you will.
Was he kind of balling?
I mean,
For a young man.
I was 2000. It was 2002, and I was 23 years old, or 22 years old. So if he had a $10 bill in his wallet, that man be balling, baby. If we got to have dessert at dinner, hell yeah, big time, money bags.
Just a side salad in the water for me.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure where we were at financially, but he had to be at conferences all day, and then he liked to gamble. So he won money and said, "You can go buy something."
What?
And I, of course, bought the most expensive, beautiful dress I'd ever seen at that time. And I still have it. And I still think it's awesome.
That's so cool, though.
I remember where I bought it. I was in, I think, the Venetian. And it's like this mesh black dress. And it has like oversized silver sparkles on it. It's a midi. It's a tank style.
Fantastic.
I'm like, why would I get rid of it? Well, when I put it on, I don't look the same as I did in 2002.
Could you have it redone? Like, could you bring it to the alterations lady? And
I don't think so.
So here's what I want to do. I want to get a rolling rack, and I want these like psychological memory pieces to go over here.
Like, I just want to archive them.
Exactly.
Like the way Sarah Jessica Parker archives her entire wardrobe from Sex and the City.
Yes.
I want to archive these pieces.
I love this.
But now we're going to get into weird territory too, where I have great pieces that are maybe a little out of style.
But they're taking up space.
They're taking up space, and I feel like I don't want to get rid of them, but I love them.
They just need to go over there.
But I can't keep every article of clothing forever, because then here's the other thing.
What?
You guys, this is, with all the things going on in the world, this is the biggest problem to solve. The other issue is that because I spent 10 years buying clothes for home shopping,
Yeah.
and then really nothing else, I need to shop for myself right now. Like, I liked those clothes, but they were dictated by the company. And I wore a lot of the clothes that we presented in fashion that were great. But like this new set I bought this is me.
Real
and
life.
I need to buy real life outfits that I'm going to wear in my real life.
Well, can we talk about the
Which
main
is not
character?
sequins mini skirts.
No, but main character energy. If you're dressing for the character that you are, I don't mean to say character, it's who she is. But the role she was playing was home shopping host. And so you needed...
Well, and it also needed to complement the product. It needed to complement the guest.
Yes.
It needed to complement
season.
Exactly. And now I have to bring new clothes in.
Mm-hmm.
And Becky has seen my closets.
I'm going to tell you something. I think you guys would be surprised at what she's doing. A beautiful job of organizing. It's smaller than you might imagine. And I was just telling her, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 places where clothes live in my house. You have like 1.5.
Yep.
We've got to get serious about this.
Thank you so
What
much.
about this? When we do the studio, would you ever do your archive pieces as display?
Yes.
Would that be kind of fun?
I will do that.
Treat it like
Wait, the studio is like half done, you guys.
Yeah, this is exciting.
The studio is, we have some construction happening this weekend to get the studio up and running. Yeah, I mean, so I need to go through my archival pieces. Then I need to go through like, okay, I have this cute little romper that I wore a few times when I worked out in LA. Mm-hmm. Am I going to wear it again? You know?
How do we, what's the question we need to ask? Where are you going? Let's be more specific. Like, who's going to be there? What's the event? Like, is that in the realm of reality? Like maybe travel, keep a travel closet of things that would be really fun somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know?
I think my main question is I want to ask people, will they donate money for me to get a storage space? If you really want me to be honest about who I am, I don't want to get rid of any of it, but I need to go through it. And then I need to start buying clothes that who I am today.
Yeah.
And I think we always evolve. And it is important. I mean, we were just talking about this. We talk about this all the time when we were on air. It is your most personal form of art. What you put on your body, whether you want to believe it or not, you guys, that is your calling card of the day.
Your messaging.
Whether it's your yoga, running errands, and it tells everybody I'm busy, I want to be comfy, I'm on the go.
Yeah.
Whether, you're put together in a polished look, like that is your way of communicating without saying anything at all.
But even if it's a sneaker that's like been cleaned up with a fresh lace.
Totally.
That's a message too.
Totally. You guys, don't forget, Isomers is now partnering with So Happy You're Here podcast to give you an exclusive 20% off your order. You go to isomers.ca. You'll get 20% off your order. If you're at $100 or more, they'll ship it to you for free directly to your house. It's an exclusive savings just for all of you listening. If you haven't been introduced to Isomers before, they are the best cosmetic chemists in the world. Scientifically proven results for over 30 years. If you don't know where to start, start. There's an easy quiz to take at isomers.ca. Or if you just want to go for their icons, their hyaluronic acid, their fast lift eye serum, their copper P, it's all available and it's exclusively for you with Happy20 to get that 20% off your order. What do I want to dress without anybody dictating the color scheme, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I have to make room for that.
But I like that. I like that. You know that expression, like a closed hand can't receive. Mm-hmm. So if you're hanging on to everything, right, you can't bring in the new stuff.
Well, I'll just get extra hands, babe.
But didn't this happen to you when you were at Target, for example, when you were a kid? I remember when I was in the working world, people dressed like we wore hose. And I remember having a boss who didn't wear hose. And I was like, talk about a hoe. Like, yeah. I was like, that's a little jazzy, man.
We got hose and hose, baby.
Right? Mm-hmm. But it was probably the,
you were in the mid-90s.
Mid-90s for sure. And it was very like Ann Taylor suits. That's what you would do. You would go get a navy one and a black one, and you'd get a skirt and a pant. Yeah. And it was very formal. And that, can you even imagine now in today's work world?
No, not at all.
So there's times, now granted, that was a gazillion years ago. You've got to the whole thing has to go. Right? Yeah. That's where I think you're at, is not that it has to go. It just can't be part of your rotation.
Right. Like I need a new rotation. When you speak of work though, when I started at Target Corporation in the early 2000s, it was the start of their just absolute heyday when Target could do no wrong. Remember when they came out with the commercial, Hello, Goodbye?
Yes.
I was there learning from that executive team and those leaders at that time.
Was that like the Missoni collab? Was that around that when they started doing collabs?
So it was called Go International, and I actually got to I was entry level on the marketing team when Go International kicked off.
Yeah.
And their very first international designer was Luella. And I remember it was so amazing, but then they went into Proenza Schuler. Yes, they went into Missoni.
That's right.
But at the beginning there, that's back when they would wrap trains at the Olympics in Italy in the bullseye. So a little bit opposite, because it was kind of a revolution. When I started at Target Corporation in the early 2000s, right out of college, the way some of these women dressed was phenomenal, because they had everything in-house, from their design teams to their trend teams. They had people, their entire job was to go all over the world searching for trends.
Yeah.
In every category, not just fashion. And these young, middle-aged, and older women would just show up and show out. It was so cool.
So in your department or across the board?
Everywhere. You would go down into the cafeteria. It was a big new building, and so it kind of felt like a campus.
Yeah.
You would go to the cafeteria or walk through the lobby, and you're just like, oh.
Maybe that's part of too about inspiration, is getting yourself out there and seeing what you like. Sometimes from the internet, it's difficult to know, is that really my lifestyle?
Yeah.
But even that, go to church and just start looking around.
Totally. Well, I feel like I know what I want. I know what I like, but it's almost like, God, I have so many clothes. Why aren't I just wearing those? Yeah. And it's like, I've been there, done that, worn them. And I wore them in front of people. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I already have documented them and archived them. So I need to get new clothes. And I would suggest to all of you, as you're looking at your closet, even though I'm a total disaster right now, I need to redo all my wardrobe or all my closets and reorganize. I would suggest to you to really look at what you're putting on your body. Because I've even experienced this in the past weeks and months, is wait a minute, this isn't what I want right now.
Yeah.
This isn't,
doesn't express who you want to be.
No.
Yeah.
And your outfit's your armor of your day, and then have some fun. And you can find dupes. I found this dupe at Zara, which was, probably a fourth of the price of what I was looking at in the designers.
Well, and they do, this is an interesting article I read the other day so everybody kind of but recognizes that Zara is in that place where they're going to interpret the runway trends to you directly. But they said the one you have to watch out for are the mid-level brands, and I won't say any names, that actually is knocking off Zara, but charging more.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that place in mid luxury, and it's in that $300, $200 range, but they're actually just copying the copy. I'd rather, and you can say what you will about fast fashion. I'm consistently impressed with Zara. Not everything is amazing, but come on. When you're in that space of knocking off $1,000 pieces,
right,
making it accessible, you don't have to consume every single thing.
No, you don't. Pick and choose. I have a few Zara pieces that I've worn for years.
Yeah.
That I keep wearing, that keep keep on rotation.
It's a hard place though, because I think a lot of the Gen Zers are loving thrifting. They're loving reinventing.
Which is great.
Yeah. You know, I think there's ways of getting what you want. Have a little, like I have a little shopping list always in my mind, or I'm in my notes.
What's on it right now? Besides a little itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini for the summer, baby. What else is on it?
That she wore
For the first time today, she wore an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini.
Okay.
Never.
I have a list called life to do. I have a list called work to do. I have goals. I have shopping lookout.
Okay.
I want a shorts utility jumpsuit. I want a little fisherman shoe, but I'm not. I think I'm done with that one.
Okay.
I want a little ring clutch, you know, the one like a little.
Yes.
I love that. Mm-hmm. And then a little raffia Mary Jane.
There you go.
Yeah, that's on my shopping list.
It's a simple and easy one.
That if I just see it in my travels, as I'm out and about, could be the internet, could be a garage sale,
Yeah.
could be the department store. Kathy Norton the other day, who we visited with, was on her way to the Mall of America. That's where we live.
Yes. Have you guys been to the Mall of America?
I was going to say not sponsored, but yet, because it's right in our backyard.
I love it so much. Now, it gets a bad rap. Sure, there's been murders there.
Listen, can we just say something? Minnesota, Minneapolis,
Oh, yeah.
more than just murder.
I know. Listen,
really-
we don't want to.
We're having a rough
Listen, if you
go.
don't laugh, you'll cry, and it's really devastating. But gosh, our backyard, Minneapolis has had a go since, 2020 on. And we do want to let you know that Minneapolis has amazing people
Let's
and
focus on the
amazing
fact that
things
Prince was from here.
and chose to stay here.
Let's focus on the Mall of America.
Sure, there's conspiracies that he was also maybe didn't die at his own hand, but
Did
that's
he
an
off
alleged
everybody?
that's an alleged conspiracy. Sure. And sure, the Mall of America has, now they have security guards at every door for after like a certain time.
Good.
But if
Let's be honest, we're going to go to Nordstrom for lunch. We're not going to go. Like, here's the thing. Mall of America has suited our life no matter what stage you're in. So like I was in the first, this is not a humble brag. This is just the truth. The first commercial, I did a little chunk where I threw the hat up in the air. Like
sounds
Mary
like
Tyler
a humble
Moore.
brag to me.
It was a little bit, but that was what? 90, 92,
92.
92.
No, wait. 91 maybe.
In there.
And I'll tell you all I remember.
And the song went, "You've got to see it to believe it." Remember this commercial? Who told you you can have it all?
Yes.
Remember that? You have
and
a
you were the
ball.
girl who threw the hat?
Yeah. There's
Becky,
a place for fun. So
in
like,
your life, the Mall of America.
And there's a roller coaster. So then fast forward to, I had a job there. I worked for Life Touch there. Then you have kids and you do Kids Eat Free on Tuesdays, Toddler Tuesdays.
Yes.
You're at that place. It's an amusement park.
They had Toddler Tuesday movies as well, where you could go and they'd play a movie in the rotunda. If you haven't been to the Mall of America, they've actually done really great renovations on it as well.
That luxury.
I suggest like a Monday afternoon when it's quiet.
Perfect.
And you just meander. If you go in a hurry, you'll get annoyed because it is so big. And
Do you have a strategy though when you go?
Well, I always park at Nordstrom.
Yes, of course.
There's a few department stores there that need to be revamped, but the Nordstrom is chef's kiss.
That's the mothership.
Yeah. So I always park at Nordstrom, start there, do all the floors.
Yeah.
Then I go out to the left. I don't know. No. When I go out of Nordstrom, I go to the right. Mm-hmm. And then,
There's like a Nike. What's that way?
There's an Under Armour, a Nike, a Lulu, a Aritzia, like
See,
all,
we used to
you
have
just stop.
Bloomies. We used to have there. Yeah.
Right. But anyway, Mall of America. And the reason I remember, so again, if you've listened to all of our podcasts, Becky was modeling for the Mall of America when I first came out.
Oh no! What is this? Were you in your jelly shoes?
There was one girl.
Or did you come to the cities?
There was one girl in our town.
Yeah.
And her mother rented a limousine for her birthday.
What?
To take 8 of us to the Mall of America for
Where
the
is she?
first time.
The Queen of England?
Well, exactly. I thought she must have won the lottery. A limousine, a stretch. I thought.
Can you see Aaron pushing the buttons,
I was
sunroom?
shooketh. I mean, I was so little back then. I didn't
That
grow.
is big time.
I needed like a car seat. I was flopping around back there. Although we didn't believe in car seats at that time in Wisconsin anyway.
The fact that it had
She
seatbelts
got
at all.
one of those big like chocolate chip cookie cakes.
This is a big birthday.
Yeah. And then they had in there like cans, maybe bottles of pop. I can't remember. We call it pop soda. Okay. we all get in the...
She gets you all sugared up.
We all get in the limousine. We're playing I Will Never Forget This. It's such a good vibration. Come on. Marky Mark.
A sweet sensation.
Another man, how I knew I was a straight lady.
Oh.
First Brian Boitano, then Kirk Cameron, then Marky Mark. In that order.
What was that movie he was in, that scary one? Fear.
With Reese Witherspoon.
If you ever liked a bad boy, boy, did that really hit.
That really took a detour in the type of boys I liked for a while, too. I started with a Brian Boitano and a Kirk Cameron.
Was he the next in the lineup?
It went Brian Boitano, Kirk Cameron, Marky Mark.
Wow.
With a splash of a kid named John Schmidt in there, but
was he a local boy?
Yeah. I really wanted him to kiss me in kindergarten.
Oh, yeah, John. So you'd sidle up to him at nap time.
At nap time. At nap time, I would lay my mat right next to John Schmidt. If you haven't listened to Oliver, I'm sorry for repeating myself. But I've always had an eye on boys. And in kindergarten, half day, we'd still have a nap. But what was our teacher doing?
You've only got like 3 hours to kill, lady.
It's totally a boy, girl, and a boy side and a girl side. And we'd have those little mats that you'd lay out. And a lot of people just put their head on it. But my tiny little body, I was so little at the time, fit the whole thing. I would meander about and sort of pretend I had other things to do, like blow my nose or arrange the crayons, until I saw where John would lay his mat down. And then I would promptly lay my mat, not just like adjacent, not near it, like lined up with it.
Like a marital bed.
And then I would lay in the fetal position, just staring at him. In a skirt always, and a jelly shoe, never a pant, and a rainbow bright stretch belt. And I laid nap after nap, just
waiting,
gazing at him. And sometimes he would fall asleep, and sometimes he had boogers in his nose, and he would always face the opposite direction. But I could feel the tension there. I could feel the sexual tension.
Maybe he wanted to be the little spoon. Yeah. Maybe he wasn't a big spoon
I knew deep down inside he was feeling the same way, even though he never expressed it, never acted on it, never showed any concern for it.
But you knew in your heart.
I had that mat so close to him. Anyway, so the year's 90. Good Vibrations is playing, or 91.
There you are in the limousine.
Yes, I've made my way from kindergarten mats, Brian Boitano, Kirk Cameron, into Marky Mark. But we're in the limousine, and they had soda pops and a cookie, and I remember I spilt really bad on me and on others, and I kind of ruined the cake. I was flopping around in a stretch limousine.
Was it on your outfit too?
It was on my shorts. Closer.
Doggone it.
I know. So it was hard to pick up dudes at the Mall of America when it looked like you shat yourself.
When you smell like grape soda.
But we did get to go to the Mall of America in a limousine, and then we got to ride home in a limousine. And I mean, to this, it's a core memory.
That is, okay, note to moms. That's a great
But I was wandering around the Mall of America, and it looked like I pooped my pants, and you were in the commercial.
I'm very busy.
And once again, we've landed in the same spot.
It doesn't matter
just
if
like
it's dancing in the driveway.
Again, just a little callback. Becky was also modeling professionally in Japan while I was doing cartwheels in my front yard, hoping that farmers would notice my tricks. And we still landed in the same space. I'm sorry.
Listen, if you don't believe in God or in the universe, let this tell you this was already written. The rest is still unwritten, but this part.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Go to the Mall of America and go shopping with us. We should do that.
Let's go.
Oh, as our live get together event, because they have a great JW Marriott there.
Yes.
We could have a sleepover and go do like group shop.
See, now interesting, because I went to the Rotunda.
What would you want?
I want to book that out. Oh, that's where our event is going to be.
And you and I would do like a stage show of sorts where I sing "Let It Go" from Frozen
and Good Vibrations. We've got the whole playlist ready. You guys, we talked about a cruise with Kimberly. We can sell out
and talk about magnetic energy. So Marky Mark, was one of my first crushes.
Yes.
And fast forward, remember I told that story a few weeks ago about going to Sylvester Stallone's house?
Oh my gosh. So
when we were after Sylvester Stallone's house, Jennifer took Heather and I in her car to the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm not even joking.
What?
Because we all
You
caravanned.
held out on us. There's more to that story.
Listen, I mean, and on our way, I'm like, you've got to tell me, like, whose houses are these? And she's like, that's Marky Mark. That's Mark Wahlberg's house right there.
And that's the neighbor boy.
No, guess what? I did not tell Jennifer the story about spilling my soda pop in a limousine going from rural Wisconsin to the Mall of America.
Wait, let's go back through your, okay, so it starts with Brian Boitano.
It actually, if we're really going in chronological order, it started with John Schmidt.
Oh, okay, because you're in kindergarten.
And John, if you're listening to this, hey. Then it goes,
you lose, John
then
Schmidt.
it goes to Brian Boitano, and I think about third-ish grade when they did, Ice of the Olympians. Stars on Ice, yes. Yeah. Then Kirk Cameron was he on, not Full House, not Who's the Boss, Growing Pains. That's the poster I had on my wall that I would kiss him at night. And then I had to apologize to Father Manion during confession. When we had confession.
I like that she calls it an apology, not a confession.
I'd say, bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Yeah.
I was like 3.5 feet tall. He's like, all right, tell me about your sins. My brother and I ate all the Oreos on Sunday morning and we lied and said we didn't.
But don't you remember
I kissed Cameron on the lips, but it was a poster. How many Hail Marys should I say for this?
But don't you remember trying to drum some up? Well, like you'd be next in line. There's like 2 people away and you're like, I got to just make something up.
Yeah. I didn't have to make too much up because I really felt like it was a sin.
You did?
That I took the Chips Ahoy down and then hid the whole wrapper.
Did you blame it on your brother?
No, I blamed a lot on him, but no, nobody would believe he would do it on his own. He was an angel. Anyway, it went John Schmidt, Brian Boitano, Kirk Cameron, Marky Mark. Those 4 solidified that.
Does that take us into the actual boyfriend era, or are there people in between?
Rumor has it that the first boy I kissed ended up in jail.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys know about the sort of crime syndicate that surrounds us? There's a lot of.
We one time thought, should we be a true crime podcast?
We did consider it.
The problem is, I know these criminals so personally.
We can't speak of it.
We can't speak.
And their families are still with us.
And related to me. No, not all of them. Not all of them. How did we get to boys from fashion?
I don't know. Where did
because
we leave
Marky Mark was playing, and that's how I knew it was around 91 because it was like 6th grade for me, and that would make sense that you were modeling. Yeah. But the Mall of America is great inspiration for getting dressed as well because they have a lot of things, and I think that's the other thing I have to remember. Yes, I was a home shopping host, but that is not who I am, and so much of my wardrobe spoke to being on air.
The task.
Tailored dresses or, really really bright, loud colors and, so I think it's a lesson what I'm going through for everybody.
Yeah.
Start a GoFundMe for a storage unit. But also make sure you're wearing what's authentic to you because I think that's going to help you get dressed earlier or dressed easier. And if you are thinking, what is authentic to me? How does it make it easier? A lot of you, well, not a lot of you, quite a few of you are saying, I want to look hip and cool, but I'm also in my late 50s, early 60s. That set dress, find a few sets that speak to you.
Yeah.
And get those on rotation. And I really think it's going to make getting dressed easier for you.
I think so too. Especially, if your life is a little bit more casual now, you're not, I think footwear is hard. If you want to be cute, but you're like, I want to be comfortable too. Finding a cute little, what did I see the other day? It was a post about a woman who's on the subway. She doesn't want to have an open-toed shoe in New York City.
No.
Right? Gross.
Mice.
So she did, mice and
rats,
other feet. I mean,
pee.
When you come home from shopping in New York and your ankles are dirty, you know what I mean? Like it's gross. So she wanted a cute little summer shoe. So she opted for a cutout Mary Jane flat. And it looked darling.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cute little looks. I think you can reinvent yourself for your season of life, new body. That's what I'm going through. How do you dress for yourself? You got to ask yourself all these questions. My question, what's the season? What's the temperature? Who's going to be there? I go through all like this checklist to make sure that it's like appropriate.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I'm 100% based on feelings.
I know you do.
That's why packing for a trip is really difficult. Because I have no idea. I have no idea. I always will lean back into like 70s if I have to. Like if I have to guess.
That's the baseline?
Yeah. Like Fleetwood Mac, 70s, wide leg pant. Yeah.
So good.
I'll always lean back into that. But I really do have to reinvent. So I do think I'm going to start posting. I say this out loud, but I get nervous about it. I want to just start. Here's my outfit.
You're going to put it on?
Archive, keep, or get rid of.
I love this. And then we vote?
Yeah. And I'm also going to tell you if I have a personal story behind it.
She won't take your direction though. It's all going to be kept.
Yeah.
Tedward.
See, Teddy's mad that you said that.
Whoa.
My dog Teddy is barking. She's probably saying it's 43 minutes. Guys, we have a new goal.
I take it back.
To stay under 45 minutes.
We're doing great.
Yeah, well, I think so. You touched on this real quick before we have to sign off. We touched on Minneapolis just for a second. Minneapolis is a great place to be, you guys. Minnesota is a great state to live in.
Don't be a scourge.
It has had tons of tough moments. And of course, we are not here to get political. And of course, we have a philosophy, if you don't laugh, you cry. This is a good time podcast. Okay. If you're looking for...
We're good time gals.
We are good time gals.
Heather Gay.
Yeah.
We're right with you.
Another one with great self-confidence, I think.
I love her.
Does she have great self-confidence?
I think she does. Oh, okay. I think she really... Because she's really had to weather the storm.
Okay.
Plus, she got knocked out. She got the black eye.
Can you imagine? If you don't know what we're talking about, there was a season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you don't even have to watch religiously. You can watch sporadically to know that one woman punched the other woman in the eye. I'm just going to give you the heads up.
She's in jail, but not for that.
No. And I didn't kiss her.
That's right.
That was not my first kiss. Okay. And that's just a rumor, allegedly, for anyone listening who knows the first guy I kissed, allegedly went to jail later. Not at that time.
Not because of the kiss.
But listen, we're not going to I can't imagine a friend punching you and being like, you know what? It's water under the bridge.
And then cover it up.
I draw the line at punching. Right?
No violence.
No. And messing with any of my kids.
Listen,
or my husband.
we're not gonna share political. I guess I do share religious stuff, but
well, not controversial religious stuff. You just share what you believe in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I believe in
me, Luann de
the confidence of the conscience. Yes.
Weekdays.
That's my church.
No, we are both Christian. We talk about that all the time.
But we also are not going to put anything on blast on social or anything that's going to be
no. And that's the same with Minneapolis. Yeah. It is a wonderful place. It's going through a tough time. If you ever have a chance to come here, the summer is amazing. The fall is beautiful.
We're going to the Mall of America.
We have all 4 sports. We have amazing restaurants and food.
All 4 seasons.
We have a great theater.
Yeah, we do.
Scene. Like we have the Guthrie here where, actors who are, not in anything at the moment will move to Minneapolis temporarily from LA, New York, Atlanta to be on stage at the Guthrie. Yeah. It's really well known. Great theater district, great food. We've got the Mall of America. And we've got a little national treasure named Becky Wright.
I'm so happy you're here, podcast.
It broadcasts recorded from Minneapolis.
This is the beginning of, as we move toward world domination and toward our own network.
Our very own, what's it called? Cadillac?
Harpo?
No, what? Our very own. Dale and Brennan's.
Oh, Prestige Worldwide.
Our very own Prestige Worldwide.
Investors?
Yeah.
Possibly you.
You're a keeper and you're an enabler. We are quoting right now Step Brothers, which maybe a lot of you sophisticated ladies have never watched, but since we both raised 2 boys, it is on repeat.
If you're talking about highbrow entertainment,
they watch that. It's the same as the thespians who fly in for the Guthrie. Same. My boys watch that on repeat as often as I wear like my favorite jeans.
That's another one. If it's on, we're watching it all the way through.
Yes, it is. But anyway, we don't know what we're saying now, but we love you.
How do we do on time?
Ooh, it's 47 minutes, and we've promised we don't want to keep you guys longer than 45 minutes. We're so sorry. So to recap this episode, we love you.
Yes.
If you are having a hard time reinventing your closet right now, as I am, give it a hard look, see what you can reinvent, and then go out and get yourself pieces that feel like you. And if you're thinking, what should I do right now? The sets couldn't be better.
Can't make a mistake there.
Yeah. So I know we have a bunch of sets on my Facebook, Erin Newberg on Air Host. So if you're looking for a little inspiration,
I'm Sharon Stone.
You can always find it there. Becky wants you to know her legs still look great.
No, I'm like, realize that got a little jazzy there.
Were we seeing things we shouldn't? The polka dots? Uh-oh.
What day is it?
I refuse to re-record this. So Garrett's gonna have to put a blurry box over that, or people are just gonna see the undies.
It's gonna be a happy face.
If you're just listening to this, Becky was flashing you from her cute little dress that she's wearing. So, and I refuse to re-record.
No, that's it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna cut here.
Thank you, John Schmidt, for your inspiration. We love you guys. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. I know at the end of every podcast, we ask you to like and subscribe. If you could actually do that, that really helps us out. We have
also reviews have been good.
The reviews have been great. So if you could do this for us, sorry, we'll never let you leave.
Get your notebook.
We have so many, I mean, like 10 times more listeners than we have subscribers.
Yeah.
And so I know that subscribing can feel like maybe you have to pay a fee or it's a hassle. If you subscribe, all you usually get is an alert that there's a new podcast up.
Yeah.
So if you could subscribe, that helps us so much because
sometimes it says follow.
Yes.
Sometimes it says subscribe, depending on where you're finding it.
So either follow or subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to us, because the subscriber number really helps us a ton. And we know, because we can see how many listeners are coming in, there's literally like 10 times as many listeners as there are subscribers.
Yeah.
So subscribing would help us so much. And again, I don't know if we've ever helped you.
But it would sure help us.
Yeah. But as Becky says, fair is fair. We're so happy to have you here. We love you so much.
Love you, girls.
Hope you have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Okay, a quick reminder, you guys, our first supporter of our podcast, it's Daily Fascia. Daily Fascia offers the most practical, easy to follow techniques to help you unlock your body's hidden potential. It's for freedom, it's for flow, it's for relief. If you're struggling with recurring injuries, stiffness, or you just want to move more freely, Daily Fascia has got you covered. You're going to use the code HAPPY50 to get 50% off your first course at dailyfascia.com. We have all the information for her different coursework, her YouTube channel, all listed and tagged below. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
It will help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.